Hi, welcome to Corporate Intuition. I am going to do a different type of read. This is not a tarot card reading. This is a intuitive psychic reading, and I'm going to try to pick up as much as I can for the collective in general. But I know that I'm going to be focusing in probably on each individual type of group or situation. Um, Maybe just the one person that's going to get information through this. So bear with me, and I do want to state up front that um, you should be 18 years of age or older because I don't know what I'm going to pick up, and I don't want to say anything that's inappropriate for your age group. So this is for adults only. Now, to begin my read, I am reading for Virgo right now. Uh, I picked up that you are in a situation where it's yo yoey when it comes to your spouse. They seem to let you down in so many ways. You feel like you really are the only one that's holding up the fort, basically, in your household. You are constantly um, feeling like you're even being manipulated or taken advantage of by family members. And you go through stages of being drained and wanting to spill your guts out. And you just feel like it's a no win situation. And then every time you get to a certain point, your spouse shows a glimmer of hope. And I just want to tell you that you need to be more vocal with them and tell them straight up if they want this to succeed, they need to put in the work. And if they don't, then you're going to end up exploding, and then you're going to shut down on them and you're going to walk out that door. That's what I'm getting for a certain collective of Virgos. The other ones are ones where you have everything in a particular way, particular manner that you do everything, and you're very well organized. You are traveling a lot, and you uh, feel like uh, things aren't going as smoothly as you're used to them going. And it's because you can't control everybody else and you can't get them to organize as well as you do. And it's driving you a little crazy. I want to tell you, try to go with the flow more and get out of that box. It's holding you back from just the camaraderie of working as a team. So focus in on that for yourselves. And then I have another Virgo where I feel like you are having car issues and you do need to get another car. Your transmission is shot. It's not worth it, the investment into this car. I feel like somebody has new tires or something. See what you can do on selling those if you can and put old tires on that vehicle before you go to sell it because you're not going to get the value out of those tires. Put under Craigslist or something. And the other one is I feel like there's a Virgo that's having sexual difficulties right now, and it is hurting your marriage. I feel like you need to focus in on seeing a professional for that, and um, there is something that they can do for you. Now, I don't think it's so much in your head as with your body. So, talk to them and see what they can do to help you for the bedroom to keep that uh, sexuality going, because that's one place that can cause a marriage to die. There's another one where there's a child involved, and uh, you and your partner, it might be more than one child, but you and your partner are in totally different countries, and you are not connecting like you should, and you know it, and your mind is drifting off to other people. If you want to keep this marriage going, you need to set up arrangement time for you to get connected with your loved one, or your relationship's going to end just like that. Um, the other one is, I feel like you have a spouse that has started a new career or adventure, and they are working a lot of hours, and you feel like they aren't focusing in on your relationship, which they're not. They can't right now. It is a burden to you. I want you to try to hang in there and give them time to get things situated, and tell them that they have this amount of time, that you're focusing in on just them and their career. And then after that, they need to get with the program and start uh, building up a stronger foundation with you and your marriage. There's another Virgo that's in college right now, and you are focusing in on technical programming, that kind of thing. Um, I feel like you are doing well. You do have a math class, though, that is causing you some problems. I feel like the professor, you have a hard time understanding them. They may have a foreign accent to you, and you need to have somebody that is really good with, um, their grades as far as that class goes, where you can kind of just briefly go over a few things with them, and you'll be set. I don't think it's the problem of you doing the work. It's more of you understanding your professor, which I know is screwed up. Everybody has issues sometimes on communication, and when somebody has an accent and you're not used to it, you may never get used to it, and it can be difficult for you, and you can't just switch classes and go to somebody else. So try to get with somebody that you know is doing well in the class, and connect with them. Tell them you just want them to go over a brief overview of what the professor was saying, and you'll be set. Let's see. There's another one um, that I'm picking up on, and I'm going to try not to pick up on you too much, because I do empathic work, and I don't want to cry. So, this one here, you lost a child, and I feel like it's going to take you of heavy um, grieving for a good 3 months, up to 6. And I know when tragedies happen like this, it's always in your head, it's always back there, and you have days that remind you over and over again. Um, but I do feel like you will have an opportunity to have another child. So that's the positive, and I don't feel like it's going to be right away. So give it a couple years, and pray about it, and uh, let the divine work for you. Um, the other ones that I'm picking up too is, I'm picking up somebody that has a younger dog and an older dog, and your older dog is having issues with arthritis. I don't know if you realize that or not. Um, and the younger dog has several health issues. I think diabetes, because there's something with their sight or something like that. And it's a smaller dog. The older dog is bigger, that's having the arthritis issues in their hips. And I feel like you're not noticing that because you're focusing in on the little dog more with their issues. So get the dog checked out. If you notice that they're having like a slower time getting up the steps and stuff, it might not just be old age. It could be arthritis building up, and you can get medication for them to help them with that. Oh, let me see if there's anything else message wise that I'm getting. Another Virgo, you are going to be taking a trip. Um, I feel like it's over water, so you're going to be. It's weird. I feel like you're going to be flying a little bit, but the main trip is you being on a boat with your family, and you have several people with you. It's like a group thing, and you're going to have a good time. Um, just remember, even though it's a warm area where I feel like you're going to, there is going to be some times where it's going to be actually chilly or cold. So you're planning on it being fabulous the whole entire time, but I feel like there's going to be some moments where you're going to be surprised. So make sure you take some warm clothing as well, just a little bit. It's just short moments of it for your trip. And safe journeys to you, and have a great time. Let me see if there's any others I want to see about. There's another one. You traveled before for your one job, but this one here, you are traveling a whole lot more. I see you flying everywhere, and it is a bit hectic for you. The good thing is that I feel like that your children are old enough and they're used to you traveling, so it's not so difficult on you and your spouse. Your spouse is the one that's actually keeping everything grounded at home, and I feel like your spouse, though, when you get back from one of your trips, set up an appointment for them to get a physical. I feel like there is issues pertaining to their heart, and it could be like high blood pressure, cholesterol, something. But I don't think it's cholesterol. I think it might be high blood pressure or something going on with their heart. So just have them get a physical to get them checked out, especially if they haven't had one for a while. Um, because you want to make sure that they stay healthy and be able to keep going and have a wonderful future with you for when you retire. And I feel like it's the woman that is the one that's traveling a lot, and it's the husband that's staying home taking care of the children. Now, I'm also getting Virgo that you're doing some painting or remodeling in your house, and I'm getting a lot of white. So I don't know if that's from the paint or from the drywall. But anyhow, I feel like the construction is going pretty smoothly. There is an issue though. I feel like for the house, there was one room, and I want to say the right hand corner of it, something is off. The level of the wall is off or something, so it needs to be adjusted with the floor. There might be a door there or a door going into that room where for some reason it's uneven. It's because it's imbalanced, and you need to have that adjusted, because if you don't, it's going to have major issues down the road where you're going to have that crack wall happening and with your foundation, which I know foundation moves a little bit. It has to settle. So keep that in mind. Um, check that out. Uh, I feel like, though, overall, the expenses are pretty up to par on what your ballpark figure was for it. So that's a good thing. And this here, it just needs to be adjusted so you don't have a major issue later on. Let me see if there's anything else I want to tell you. Somebody's working in a department store around the cosmetics perfume area, and your sales have been uh, going down a bit, and I feel like you're not into it as much as you used to be. Um, you will get that spark back with your sales. I feel like you just um, need to switch your mind. Instead of you thinking about, okay, I'm doing the same thing again, think of it as, I have never had this opportunity to smell the scent before in my life, and I'm walking through, passing you, and so you're thinking of yourself as the customer, and you're like, I never had that chance to smell that scent before, and that's the one that will make wishes happen. When I smell that, I'm going to always think of things that um, are happy and people are complimenting me with that scent. So maybe you just need to switch it as it's a surprise, and your sales will go up for that. And let's see if I get anything else. Uh, well, I don't know if I should really name a store that you're working at. I will just say, for the Virgos that are dealing with a store where it's a well branded name, your sales are going to go down for a little bit, but then they're going to pick back up around Valentine's Day and after. Actually, I feel like it may even pick up more after Valentine's Day, and then I feel like you are going to need to take a break. You have